Anyway, my name's Nick. I'm sorry.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Monica.
Today we're going to be teaching you a little bit about the Mexican-American culture. Today, 34 million Mexicans live in the United States, predominantly in California and Texas. So with this many Hispanics in our country, we thought it'd be interesting and important to learn about their culture. First off, we're going to take you briefly through our block, and then after that we're going to go into more detail into some of the buildings. So without further ado, if you could join us in a walk through our Mexican block. We hope you will. Okay, so first off, we're going to have a lot of Mexican flags throughout our block. They'll be on the buildings, and we'll have banners of the Mexican flag on all of our light poles. We're doing this just to have some color to also let you know that where you are, because as soon as you turn on the street, you'll see a lot of Mexican flags. So during Dia de los Muertos, we'll have what they call papel picado lining through the streets, which are basically paper mache, and they have these out when they're celebrating Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead. So first off, we have our restaurant. This is just an old Mexican building with stucco and a traditional red tile roof. Then we'll have our Mexican market, which is the vast boarding house that we reformed into a market. We'll have a lot of traditional Mexican food and some clothing and stuff like that. We'll have some exotic fruits like montaños and Mexican chiles and stuff like that. Next would be our museum. We're going to keep the Bass Museum how it is, but we're going to change the inside, obviously, to make it look more Mexican, and then we're going to have a lot of Hispanic culture stuff like that in there. We added a park, which is going to have a soccer field where people can go and play soccer on the weekends. We also have our club building right here, which is a traditional adobe-style building. We'll have a lot of events there. Other than that, it will be open to the public. And our last building that we're going to talk about is our gift shop. We like to have a lot of people come and visit and learn about our culture, and we encourage them to leave with things to remember us by. Okay.
All right, so like Nick said earlier, when you walk into our block, we want you guys to know like this is like the Mexican block. Therefore, you'll see flags posted throughout the block. There'll also be the traditional Mexican music that you can go dance to or just listen to if you're like sitting at a restaurant or whatever. Also, like in like the middle of like the block, there will be like the main flag. Within our block, we also are gonna bring in a restaurant. The restaurant will serve all like the basic dishes like tacos and burritos, like their tortas, like the sandwiches. This is all authentic, so it's not your traditional Taco Bell. Most of our ingredients and goods will come from the market, which is also inside the block. Fun fact: the word taco, like the word taco, like created in 1880.
Okay, so this is our market. So there's two types of markets that Mexico is known for. They're ambulant ones, which are ones that move around, and then there are covered ones, which are in fixed places. And so they're open at least 6 days a week. And so we would like to incorporate both of these into our block. And then so at these markets, you'll find some of their known ingredients. And so when you go to the Mexican markets, this is what you guys are going to want to look for. And so it's tortilla chips, dried chilies, fresh masa, which is dough, and then chicharron, which is deep fried pork, hominy, which is corn kernels soaked in lime, corn tortillas, and fresh produce like onions, limes, and tomatoes, and cilantro. So when you go to their markets, you want to go try these foods.
All right. In addition, when you come to our block, we also have a museum that would be very fun to go look at the different facts or different dates that have happened throughout Mexico. In addition, there will be tons of different artifacts and pictures that you can go look at with your kids or family. Yeah, that was about it.
Okay, so this is our sports facility. Mexico is known for their football, which is soccer here. And so they're also known for other sports like boxing, tennis, rugby, golf, and track and field. And so some of their traditional and regional sports are bullfighting, which is where somebody goes in and fights one or more bulls in a bull ring. And there's also lucha libre, which is professional wrestling, and then pedalona mixteca, which is tennis without a net. And so then the people will hit balls with their hands with special gloves on them. And so our facility would like to accommodate all these different sports. And then next slide. And then this is our club building, which is our event building. And so this is where like a lot of their different events will be held. And so like one is Day of the Dead, and that's celebrating the lives of the loved ones that have passed away. And also Carnival and Vercruza and Mazalwan, which are parties and salsa dancing, and where you listen to different music. And then also different fiestas, and we'd like to incorporate all those in this building as well.
Okay, so like I said before, we encourage everyone to come visit the block and learn about this culture, but we also want you to take home things to remember. So instead of having like a gift shop of kind of crappy knickknacks where people like think it's fun but just throw it away, we wanted to put in some practical things like instruments or kitchen utensils and stuff like that so people can actually use, like for instance maracas or a guitar. And then we also have things like this stone mortar, which you can grind corn and make mesa with, make tortillas with the tortilla press, and like guacamole and stuff like that. And then for the conclusion, we encourage people to come and visit our block